Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Joel Meyer. What do you want to say, Joel?
Doing well. But obviously we didn't have a Monday show, so I got to recap my crazy weekend on this Wednesday show. So buckle in. It's a bit of a story because there was not a lot of sleeping done from Friday to Sunday. So yeah, after the podcast, watched the rest of whatever game that was on, and then head to a show. Music was kind of mediocre, so I spent most of the time outside smoking cigs, talking to people. After the show, it was like 2 a.m. We go to a bar. Karaoke, dumb thing. Watch stupid people try to sing shitty songs. Kind of boring. So again, go outside, smoking cigs, and I see this guy. He's got a cool flat cap on. He's got a wool jacket. Looks fucking Irish, except he's not from. Well, he is from Ireland, but he spent 18 years in Montreal. So he came to Canada as a kid, and so he just has a vague Irish accent, I guess. Anyway, him and I, we hit it off. Go back into the bar. We find a guy, get some stuff. And then we spent, I don't know, the next 12 hours. I don't even know. Like, I remember getting to his place, doing whatever. And then the next thing I remember is waking up, or not even waking up. The next thing I remember, I'm going into this cafe looking for a charger. And then I spent the next half hour watching this Asian guy play, what's the game? The game that Bull Jacks plays. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Dota?
Dota, whatever that stands for. So I keep asking him for a charge. He's telling me that the people at the cafe will probably have a charge for me. They don't. So whatever. He packs up and leaves. So I walk down. This is the middle of nowhere. I have no idea how I got to this part of the city. There's nowhere near my house. So I'm just walking down the street asking literally everybody, you have a Type-C charger? You have a Type-C charger? They all say, get the fuck out of here, you fucking retard. And then I keep going. Eventually I find a couple skater guys and this homeless guy with a big bottle of Alberta Pure, the worst vodka. So they're more accepting than everyone else. So they help me out. We go to this pizza shop. I charge my phone like 5-1%. And then I'm hanging out with them for a bit. And again, decided to keep the party going. I'm like, hey, I got some stuff. You want to come back to my place? So, okay. I come back to my place. One of the guys, full of Alberta Pure, pukes all over the bus. But, yeah, he got the poison out of his system. Get back to my place, and this one guy, he's like a baby. He's like 21 years old. He's into music and whatever. So we just start doing these live streams. I can't rap for shit, right? But he's good at it. So we create this beats. And so he's just going on and on. The other guy's okay at it. I just come in like dead flat. I have no idea what the fuck I'm saying. Just like something stupid. But basically, most of the time I was doing was correcting people's rhymes. Like, because I'm pretty good at rhyming, I'm good at that part of it. I just can't put it all together. So when some guys would say like some word, I would correct it with another word that would make more sense all the time. So it was awkward as fuck. We had like 3 viewers though. So these guys are like, what the fuck are these guys saying?
What were they live streaming on? Like Instagram or something?
YouTube.
Right.
Yeah. It's apparently this guy does it regularly, but that was a lot of fun. We ended up at the end of the night, he wanted to the 21-year-old, he wanted to jump off my balcony onto the bush. I'm like, fuck that, dude. You're gonna die. They're gonna fucking ambo here, and it's gonna wreck the party. Mm-hmm. So we had to like restrain the guy from jumping off the balcony and killing himself. And okay, so that maybe it's time to sleep now. so gave the one guy the couch, and then the drunk guy, like, you can sleep on the fucking floor. You're good for it. I gave him a sleeping bag, and he slept on my floor. And and next day we go to the park, get back at it, but we're all feeling wrecked. So that didn't last too long, and I got back home in time to see the rest of the Auburn game. Fucking right. They made it to the Final Four. That's massive. Hopefully they can keep going. And caught up on the hockey highlights because obviously I didn't watch any hockey for the past 2 days, Saturday, Sunday. And on a Monday, on Monday around my work, I'm just walking around. It's downtown, and this guy, the short, bald, older guy, he comes up. Hey, I have no idea who he is. Weren't you and your friend on a bender by the hospital on Friday night? I'm like,
Oh,
that sounds right. But I have no memory of this. And he's like, how the fuck do you not remember? I'm like, dude, I was on bender. I was wasted. He's like, what the fuck, man? I was pepper sprayed outside the hospital. I told you the whole story. I'm like, I have no memory of it at all. And so he passed me in the back. Anyway, so that was my weekend. Great times. Spent a lot of money. You look at the Monday, Tuesday, see all the charges you racked up. So I gotta take it easy going forward. But yeah, it's not been a very observant Lent, but could explain why the betting has gone well.
It could. Yeah, I had a pretty busy weekend of my own. I went to the Flyers game on Saturday, got drunk there, went out right afterwards, had some margaritas as I do. It was like 80 degrees in Philadelphia, so I was having a good Saturday. Went out again Sunday night, went to the Flyers game, got drunk again Monday. So I had a great weekend, but I mean nothing close to anything that you do there. So I was worried.
You remembered yours.
Well. For the most part, yeah. For the most part, I wasn't. But yeah, if you're on a bender by a hospital, how does he expect you to remember it? Come on.
Yeah, he was shocked, like he almost offended by it. I guess he told some epic story, and I guess it is.
You don't remember me, bro? Come on.
Yeah. If you indulge, if you confide in someone something so serious as being pepper sprayed, I guess you deserve to be remembered. I don't know.
I guess that was that guy's thoughts. All right, let's go into here. Make sure you are subscribed to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on YouTube. Seeing those numbers going up like that, Apple, Spotify as well. Shout out to Trevor here in the chat, loving Joel's stories. He says so. Keep the YouTube comments and likes coming there. And of course, we got Augusta is right around the corner, and SGPN is back with Splash Sports for a big contest up to $30,000 in prizes and only $25 entry fee. Get in today at splashsports.com/SGPN. That's splashsports.com/SGPN, and tune into the Golf Gambling Podcast and Steffi Small's show for all your Masters picks. And of course, Joel will have some Masters picks, I'm sure. Is that this weekend?
No, it's next weekend, I think. This weekend is the Houston or Valero. They're still in Texas.
Okay, yeah, next weekend, yeah, April 10th or 13th is the Masters. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure you'll have plenty of picks there as well. And yeah, let's get into the puck buck bets here for Saturday. I don't know if either of us have any recollection of any of these games. So you did well, 6-3, up 57.91. I did 5-8.
6-3. I don't think that's right. I thought it was. Let's see. Kings did not win.
Kings did not win.
You have it right for you.
Yeah,
me the W.
Well, I was looking here, so that's 5-4. Still up 15.3. Good. All right. Yeah, good catch in there.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the Flyers game. That was about it. That was a very high scoring game. Flyers Buffalo. Flyers got 7. Muskov 2 more goals. Couldn't finish off the hat trick once again. So they started off well there with the over, and the Flyers. Tampa puck line, they got it done against the Islanders 5-3.
15 seconds left, overtime winner. I watched the highlights of a lot of these games, so I am somewhat aware.
15 seconds empty netter, yeah. So get the puck line there, yeah.
Once we got reverse cuck. We did the cucking.
Yes, we did the cucking. Then Avs lost. The Blues are on fire. I mean, they haven't beaten many good teams. The Avs are one of them, though. So lost that puck line. Wild lost at home to the Devils. Not sure how the Devils are going to do there. So lost that. And the puck line. Vegas, though, good win in Nashville. Nashville's just awful. Kings, like you said, yes, they did lose 3-1 to the Leafs. Leafs are up top there of the Atlantic. That's going to be tough the final few weeks of the season here. Ottawa puck line, Detroit puck line. Detroit 1-1, Ottawa 1-1. So we got cucked on both of those, got turned around. And then Calgary lost in overtime the Battle of Alberta with Draisaitl coming back to tie it late and then win it in overtime. Sharks lost 6-1, but they did get, I think I saw the guy got his first career goal when they were down 6-0 to get the over there. So, that was May 5-8, down 57.
Yeah, I had a lot of the same bets. Not going to go over too many of those. Don't have any insights on any of them, really. The only other one I think that that you didn't have was the Stars in regulation. They killed the Kraken.
Yeah.
3-1, I think.
5-1.
5-1. All right. Yeah. They really killed them. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, the recollection is spotty at best, but that Kings one would have been nice.
Yeah. All right. Those are Saturday's games. We have plenty of games since then. We got a 9-game slate to get into here. We got some futures movements. We'll get into that, I'm sure, throughout this slate. So, let's just go into the 9-game slate on Thursday, April 3rd. Let me pull up the odds here. Kicking things off with the Tampa Bay Lightning -120 at the Ottawa Senators +100, over 5.5 -125, under 5.5 +105 here. I have not looked at any of these games for tomorrow yet, so just firing from the hip, which it's been working well for you. Looks like Lightning here have won 4 in a row, all by margin: 6-1, 8-0, 5-3, and 4-1. Ottawa, I mean, Buffalo has their number. 5-2 win last night for Buffalo. Ottawa lost before that in overtime to Pittsburgh, 1-0. So they kind of have their playoff spot locked up and not really pushing for it anymore. I think I'm gonna go with Tampa here at a -120. I know they have not been great on the road. They do have a few good road wins in March, though. So I think Lightning just a better team, a lot more to play for that first seed in the Atlantic, or at least home ice advantage for the 2 seed. So as long as this isn't Johansson or whoever's going to be backing up, I like Vasi and the Bolts here at -120.
Totally agreed. I did look at this lineup this morning, so I'm not entirely unprepared, and I did bet the Tampa Bay Lightning for a lot of the reasons that you said. They have a lot more to play for, fighting for the division ever. Speaking of which, huge game coming up with the Leafs and the Panthers. Leafs should be the side, but these are the kinds of games that they tend to lose, where they're expected to win, and then the line kind of reflects that. They're only small favorites against the Panthers on a back-to-back. Panthers got hard done by the Canadiens yesterday after Canadiens tied it late and then won in overtime against Vanacek, who can't catch a break as a Panther. I don't think he's won with them since early March or something like that. But anyway, the Lightning here are the play. Senator has been very inconsistent, like you said. They are more or less they're concretely locked into the first wildcard spot, I would think, unless they totally fall off. So Lightning here, they want to win the division. Every team in that top 3 of the Atlantic want to win the division for obvious reasons, and they're playing like the best team in the league right now. So why not back them even on the road? I like them quite a bit. They're significantly better than the Senators. So the -120 line doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Let's go Bolts. Kind of like the over 5.5, but Senators getting really good goaltending lately, and we know about how well Vasilevsky's playing these days. So just the Lightning money line from me.
Yeah, this season's like already a success for the Senators, as long as they don't completely collapse. Like, they made the playoffs, they're happy with it. Like, any wins or pressure they put on whatever team they play in the playoffs is just gravy for them. All right, down to 7 o'clock again here. Got the Boston Bruins +160 at the Montreal Canadiens -192. Over 5.5 -120. Under 5.5 +100. Joel, take it away.
The Bruins, they're 10 in a row?
9 in a row. This would be 10. They're 10. Going for 10 here.
All right. Well, you know what? I think the streak ends here. This is a contrarian pick. Canadiens -192. I know the Bruins are out of it, whatever, but this is still a rivalry game. I think that they get up for this one. +160 is a good price, and the Canadiens were lucky to get all 2 points against the Panthers in the last one, so this is a bit of a letdown spot. So the +160 is calling to me. I know we're going out on a limb back on these Bruins with they played since the trade deadline, but it's just a massive price for the Canadiens, and I think this is a sneaky spot to back the Bruins. It's just the rivalry spot. Like, most of these games aren't going to matter down the stretch for the Bees, but this one will. Going to the Bell Center as massive underdogs. Nobody believes in them, kind of thing. Shout out to Tom Brady when when nobody believed in us when the last time the Patriots won the Super Bowl. But the other masshole team here, the Bruins, I think get the job done in Montreal. At least a better chance than the +160 suggests. So we're going with the Road Dogs, and the total is I again, I see some goals here. Now the Bruins goaltending hasn't slipped dramatically, and their offense is still somewhat putrid, but I could see some goals in this one. Just the 5.5 number there is a little bit appealing, but again, that's just a small play if anything. But the only wager here is on the Bruins.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. You can't back the Habs here at minus 200-ish, like as favorites here over the Bruins. I know the Bruins have pretty much given up, but like you said, rivalry game. The Bruins' last 10 games, their expected goals for is 36.86%, which is the second worst is 41%. So they're playing poorly, but a lot of that was on the West Coast. They came back to Detroit, lost that one 2-1, came back home, lost that one 4-3 to Washington. Now still on the East Coast. And also Montreal's been playing a lot. Since the 27th, they played at Philly, at Carolina, at Florida, and then back home Florida. And, Boston had 2 days off, and then the 29th, and then the 1st, now another day off. So more rested. Definitely want to kind of play spoiler here to the Canadians. Small play here on Boston at plus 160.
The line might get better too for the Bruins. I can't see a lot of activity on them.
No. All right. SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month when using your Edge Boost card, cashback rewards, and your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. Best part is no credit check and it's completely free. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And of course, mybookie.ag. It's your place to bet every sport, including Crown College basketball games, plus props for every game. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. That is mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Right down here to 7:30, we have the Colorado Avalanche minus 162 at the Columbus Blue Jackets plus 136. Under 6.5 minus 112. Over 6.5 is minus 108 here. Avs are going to be on the second half of a back-to-back. I believe it is Wedgwood in net tonight, so Blackwood tomorrow for this one. And Joel is back. Joel, what do you think your Avs are going to do tomorrow?
Yeah, like you said, we got the inferior Wood in net tonight, but still, I think we see goals. Blue Jackets offense is really firing. I mean, 8 goals against the Predators. I know the Predators are bad, and then the goaltending sucks now, but the back-to-back for the Avalanche playing Chicago and then going to Ohio is not ideal for them. So I think there'll be goals in this one. My favorite bet, the only thing I bet in this game is the over 6.5. I do not hate betting the Blue Jacks either, but it's tough betting these before we've seen the first leg of a back-to-back. Injuries and whatever. But the little trick though is, if you bet the Blue Jackets now plus 136, it's like playing with house money in terms of if an Avalanche player gets injured, right? The Blue Jackets aren't playing. Nobody's going to get injured for them, but anybody could go down for the Avalanche. That's just a little trick of the trade, I guess. But Blue Jackets are nothing for the side, but my favorite bet is the over 6.5. Just the Blue Jackets offense, Avalanche offense. I think it opens up. I don't think it'll be terribly disciplined against a team like the Blue Jackets. Let's see some goals in this one.
Yeah, but betting the rested team early always seems to be the good thing to do here, especially Columbus, just such a different team at home, 22-9-5. Colorado's fine.
Crazy record.
Yeah, I mean they're 12-21-4 on the road, so I mean completely different there for Columbus. Avs are similar, but they're getting better on the road. Do want to see what they do in Chicago tonight, but yeah, like you said, Columbus are nothing here on the side. They're just insane at home. So yeah, over 6.5 minus 108. The over is 23-12-1 at home for the Blue Jackets. So that cannon should be firing here. So let's get some goals.
Fire the cannons.
Fire the cannons. Feed the salami. Let's get a over 6.5 here at minus 108. All right, down to 8 p.m. here. Got the Nashville Predators plus 235 at the Dallas Stars minus 290. Stars puck line is minus 110. Over 5.5, minus 125. Under 5.5, plus 105 here. Stars are making a push there in the Central. They're 4 points behind the Jets with a game in hand. I mean, they're making a push for the President's Trophy too. They could end up getting the top seed overall. They're 27-7-2 at home. Nashville is 9-24-5 on the road. Dallas is coming home from a 4-game road trip. They've had 2 nights off, so I feel like that does not qualify for the Malinsky. Nashville's lost 4 straight, including in Columbus 8-4, in Philly 2-1. So I think Stars in the puck line has to be the play here. They've won 6 in a row. The last 4 of the last 5 by at least 2. So give me the puck line here at minus 110.
Do not love either side here. I think the price is fairly accurate. Like you said, just a heavy price to pay to back the Stars for the obvious reasons. That road record for the Predators is also pretty crazy. Just seasons from hell from them. But yeah, my bet, the only one I made is the over 6 at even money or over 5.5 at minus 125 on this site. I think we'll see quite a few goals here once again, as the Predators have just given up on defense. Goaltending is complacent at the best of times, and the Stars goaltending has also been suspect, but their offense is still firing. Do not love their blue line either. So like this line should be like 6.5. This is one of my favorite bets is the over in this one. I think we see quite a few goals here. Even if the Predators, maybe they giving up 8 to Columbus, they think they need to dial it back, but they're at the part of the season where I don't think there's a lot of coaching going on. So over 5.5. I love that bet.
Yeah, Mika Rantanen's starting to get going a bit for the Stars. Their offense is definitely clicking at the right time for them. Right down to
we got the Stars to win the division. They're 4 points back with the game in hand. Mm-hmm. The Jets play the Knights tomorrow, so this could be a big swing on Thursday. Ooh.
Right down to 8 p.m. again. Got the Pittsburgh Penguins plus 180 at the St. Louis Blues minus 218. Over 5.5 minus 120. Under 5.5 plus 100. Joel, back to you.
I could basically replicate what I argued for the Bruins against the Canadiens in this case, except this isn't a rivalry game, of course. But otherwise, plus 180 against the Blues, who were fortunate to win against the Red Wings. Again, same kind of situation, scoring with like 10 seconds left and then winning in overtime. Another letdown spot, coming back home here. Penguins, they've been fairly well rested now, and I shouldn't trust this team at all, but the price is the price, and plus 180 is just too high. I still don't see the Blues as this massive juggernaut that's worth this 10-game winning streak. So, sadly, I got to go back to the well with the Penguins. I mean, it's hit or like they can win or they can lose by like 6. Like that's the case with this Penguins team right now. That's why I can only do like, if you want to back the Blues, just do the minus 1.5, minus 2.5, whatever. But Penguins here all day plus 180. I think that they end the Blues winning streak here, especially because the Blues are pretty solidified now to make the playoffs at least. Maybe they want that first wildcard spot to avoid the Jets, but I'd rather play the Jets than the Knights, but that's just me. Penguins here, love that. Kind of like the over 5.5 as well, because Penguins, their path to victory is definitely scoring a lot of goals, because they're going to let in a few as well. So that's correlated. Penguins and the over for me.
Yeah, I feel like if I were to bet this game, that would be the best angle. But if you want to bet the Blues, and I may end up doing this myself, is just taking the Pittsburgh team total under 2.5. I think I see it's around minus 130. The Blues haven't allowed more than 2 goals in regulation during this 10-game winning streak. They did allow 3 in regulation. They allowed once to the Vancouver there, but they've been great defensively, whether it's Hofer or Bennington there in net. And Pittsburgh coming off a 1-0 overtime win in Ottawa, tend to not score a ton. So if you're looking to bet the Blues and don't want to do the puck line, I think a team total under 2.5 for Pittsburgh could be the way to look. Did not realize these teams played on March 13th, with Pittsburgh getting a 5-3 win at home. So I back like Blues shouldn't be minus 218. If you're betting aside, just take the Pens. But if you're looking for an angle to take the Blues, the team total under for Penguins isn't bad. But I'm passing it here on this one. Right down to 9 p.m. Got the Los Angeles Kings minus 130 at the Utah Yotes plus 110. Total is at 5.5. Both the over and the under are at minus 110 here. Kings, I'm starting to believe in them. But once again, another team here with a horrible away record compared to their home record: 28-4-4 at home, 14-19-5 on the road for the Kings. So it is tough to back them here on the road. The most recent road game at Colorado lost 4-0. Utah coming off a big win against Calgary. Their playoff hopes are pretty much dead. But if they win out, you never know what happens here. So I look to the Kings, but I am wary of them on the road here. As for the total, probably look to the under 5.5 minus 110. That's just the way type of game the Kings are playing here, especially I think against a Utah team that's been hit or miss offensively. So just looking to the Kings and the under here.
In a vacuum, you'd think that the Kings would be a much steeper price than the minus 130, even on the road where, like you said, they have a losing record somehow. But yeah, the Yotes are still fighting for playoff hopes. These teams aren't quite out of it. Even the Ducks aren't mathematically eliminated, believe it or not. So there's still a chance with the Wild slipping and the Blues. And Blues have just cruised by everybody, but I don't think that that's going to sustain all the way to the end. So that could fall. They could fall apart as well, but that's what these teams will have. But still, I'm not saying the Blues aren't going to make the playoffs. I made a heavy wager on them to make the playoffs, as I said, a couple weeks ago. But yeah, that's what these teams believe. They're going to put their best foot forward. Like, that's why they're playing Vag Milk like 20 games in a row or whatever, because they have no fucking backup now with Connor Ingram in rehab or whatever it is. So yeah, the line makes sense to me, kind of like Utah, but that's not what I bet. I bet the under 5.5, even with Vejmelka playing kind of shitty last few games, which is to be expected, playing every night. But still, the Kings offense is non-existent on the road. They'll still play good defense, and the hockey club they're just they can't get a lot of offense going, and I expect the Kings defense to shut them down as well. So under 5.5 is my favorite bet in this one.
I mean, Vajmuk's only allowed 5 goals in his past 3 games, including against Florida there. So maybe he's finding something. Right down to 9:30. Got the Anaheim Ducks plus 142 at the Calgary Flames minus 170. Over 5.5 minus 122. Under 5.5 plus 102. Joel, you're going to be having some roasted duck tomorrow night?
No, we're going with flying duck. I think the Ducks are live in the spot. Ducks are playing pretty well lately. The coaches finally let the young guys loose a little bit. They're playing more openly, and the Flames, they're good at home. Dustin Wolf should be starting this game, or he's excellent at home. But I just can't. I can't look at them at minus 170, and I think the Ducks could play a little spoiler here. So plus 142, I think, is a decent enough price for a small Ducks play, at least. It's not a massive wager by any means, but I do think that they're live in this spot. I watched a lot of that Ducks Sharks game, and the shot counter doesn't really tell the whole story in terms of that one. I thought the Ducks were the better team, and they're playing like a good team here. So I think it's more like a coin toss game. So you give me plus 142, I will take the road dog here as well. And the total under 5.5 at plus 102 is a little appealing, considering you're probably going to get Dostal versus Wolf, 2 good goalies. Ducks historically, at least past couple seasons under Greg Cronin, have been playing very defensively, but they're opening up a little bit. So that's makes me a little more wary. But I would definitely not bet the over. It's under or nothing for the total, but. The only bet I've made is a little bet on the Ducks.
Yeah, they're 2 of the best under teams in the league this season, but they are playing a little bit high score games recently, especially the Ducks. Flames have had 3 straight low scoring games, but Flames, it's not quite a Malinsky, but Flames are coming home from a 3-game road trip out west. This is their 4th game in 6 days, 3rd and 4. They were at Colorado, at Utah for the back-to-back, off tonight, and then Thursday night right back home against Anaheim. It's a lot of travel, a lot of elevation there, and yeah, the Ducks are flying high. They've won 3 of their past 4 of their past 6. Only losses to 2 of the top teams, in the league right now, Toronto and Carolina there. So I like the Ducks here as dogs at plus 142. Just I think the Flames do kind of fade out here towards the end of the season, even at home. I think it's just a bad schedule spot for them. So give me the Ducks here at plus 142. Would agree with that under if you have wanted to play a total. All right, down to 10 p.m. here. Got the Winnipeg Jets plus 105 at the Vegas Golden Knights minus 125. Over 5.5. Minus, it's supposed to go at 35 minutes. So
35. Okay.
35. Yeah.
Change things up.
Change things up. Yeah. So So the over 5.5 minus 108, under 5.5 minus 112 here. This is a huge game for both sides. Vegas looking to kind of secure that number 1 in the Pacific with the Kings coming up. Jets needing to hold off the Stars, to hold off the Caps even for the President's Trophy. Both teams coming off losses to other good teams here. So I mean, this is probably a watch and enjoy game. It's not a game you want to have anything too heavy on, but Vegas has owned this matchup. They won the last 9 meetings, won 3-2 in December, 4-3 in November. They're great at home, 27-8-3. Winnipeg's, pretty good on the road, 23-14. But just Vegas at home, I think you got to go with them at only minus 125. As for the total, probably an under here, under 5.5 minus 112, especially if Hellebuck gets confirmed.
Yeah, you got to tell me when these ad reads changes occur. I got to adjust my refill schedule.
Of course.
No, I love the Knights here. What else is new? Both teams coming off a loss. Jets were thoroughly outplayed by the Kings. But the Golden Knights were in that game against the Oilers, but the Oilers power play too good. And Draisaitl, man, he's on fucking fire. I don't know if we want to talk about that now or the next game. Yeah, we'll talk about.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait after the slate.
Yeah, so the Golden Knights here minus 125. I think they're the better team, and they're at home. Great home team. Jets. Hellebuck has struggled lately. He's not carrying the team like they used to. The power play slipped a little bit. Still elite, but not quite on the historic trajectory that they were on the first half of the season. So, yeah, love the Knights here once again to solidify their spot at the top of the Pacific Division. And yeah, I think they have a little bit more to play for than the Jets. Although the Jets, I guess, they don't want to play the Avalanche, so they do want to hold on to that the top seed there in the Central. So both teams have a lot to play for. I will credit that, but for me, just minus 125 on the Golden Knights, and a little sneaky play on the over, I guess. Although considering the stakes, you might think it's more of like a playoff kind of game, but yeah, I just think the Golden Knights offense is legit, and yeah, like I said, Hellebuck has struggled. I don't even know why they're still playing him so much, because he's clearly tired. He needs a fucking break. Like even if they finish in the second seed, just getting a few games off will be worth it in the long run, because they're not winning the Stanley Cup if he just keeps playing every fucking game.
Yeah, so I see Comrie's day-to-day with some sort of personal issue. But, I mean, they do want that top seed. They don't want to play the Avs in the first round. They'll probably get beat. But, yeah, I mean, like you said, their only path to winning it all is keeping them fresh. All right, now we are brought to you by Underdog. Time for my bonus Underdog Pick'em. Underdog Pick'em, you can play any sport and win up to 100 times your entry. So sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer of to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. And Rhythm is your home for AI picks and props. Rhythm is now live for Major League Baseball, and they got models for NBA and golf. So sign up today for a 7-day free trial at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Right down to the final game on the docket here. I got the Edmonton Oilers minus 278 at the San Jose Sharks plus 225. Over 6.5 minus 105. Under 6.5 minus 115. Joel, close it out.
This is not a game that I bet. I'm tempted once again to back San Jose. Thankfully, I didn't bet them last night. That would have been a tough loss there in the shootout, but I had the over, so that was a nice. Sharks are being solid in that case, but for this one, yeah, it's tough. Like the Oilers are playing better now. They got Draisaitl back. I don't think McDavid's playing anytime soon, at least not to the playoffs. Yeah, I would rest him till then anyway, because they're unlikely to win the division regardless. So it's tough though. I mean, the Oilers come up big win against Vegas, so there's a bit of a letdown spot. The Sharks could be sneakier. Oilers could look past them, but watch this be the game that the Sharks win as huge dogs, and I miss out. But right now, I'm not feeling it. But if I had to bet this game, it would be the Sharks, and it would be the over 6.5, because I don't think the Sharks are winning like a 3-2 kind of game. It's going to be a high scoring, dominant game at the 10:40 p.m. Eastern time. So Sharks in the over for me if I had to bet it, but this is not something I'm too intrigued by. But I am intrigued by, sadly for all our McKinnon and Eichel bets, it looks like Draisaitl is just going to win the Hart. So I unloaded on Draisaitl at minus 140 today. I don't want to get fucking lose everything in that mark, and I really don't think Hellebuyck is going to win the Hart. So I think it's just the safe bet to make now. Just try to get something back at this point. And if Hellebuyck wins, then fuck me, I guess. But yeah, I think it's his Draisaitl's to lose now, and he's got to really fall off down the stretch. And McKinnon's got to go on a tear for anything else to happen, I think. Or Hellebuyck, I don't know, 3 shutouts in a row or something stupid like that. But yeah, I think it's just Draisaitl. Like he should be like minus 300.
Yeah, I completely regret not getting a piece of him at like 3-1, 4-1 when he was like injured and out.
When Hellebuyck was like minus 250 or whatever. Oh,
it was
bad job by us.
Yeah. For this game, agree. Got to take the Sharks and the over. That's the way it's going to go. I mean, Pickard starting this one. He's allowed 2 in each of his past 2 after allowing 5 to Seattle. San Jose, apparently Georgiev had a great game last night. I didn't see any.
Still at 4 if it's the shootout.
So, yeah, Sharks in the over. It has to be the way you look here, but not even going to be putting that a puck on that. So that's just 2 looks there, if you will. All right, let's do puck bucks and then talk on futures a little bit more.
Sounds good.
All right. I got a few puck bucks here. Let me share this tab. I have the Tampa Bay Lightning minus 120 for 25 puck bucks. Boston plus 160 for 15. Avs Jackets over 6.5 minus 108 for 25. Stars puck line minus 110 for 25. And then the Ducks plus 142 for 20.
You can copy all those except for Dallas. That's Lightning, Bruins, Avs over, Ducks. And then we'll go with what else do I have here? Predators, Stars over 5.5 minus 125. 30 puck bucks on that one. Penguins money line plus 180, 15 puck bucks. Over 5.5 minus 120, 20 puck bucks. Kings Hockey Club under 5.5 minus 110, 20 puck bucks. And the last one, Golden Knights money line minus 125, 25 puck bucks.
There's a puck bucks at the 38-minute mark of the YouTube video. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and like there. And yeah, we skipped one Monday, and like all the player awards are decided. You got Lane Hudson's fucking locked it up for the Calder. He's minus 1,000. Hart Trophy still kind of there, like you said. I'm seeing Draisaitl. If these odds pull up, they're not. I think I saw minus 118, but that might not still be live because everything else on the board is minus 160 are the best one here from our good friends at DraftKings. So yeah, it seems like Draisaitl is just going to run away with it, even though he has McDavid. Like it's just I never thought that would be the case. McKinnon way down there, if you guys can see that.
McDavid has had a down year, so Draisaitl's getting all the credit for carrying this team right now, especially because McDavid's missing games, and Draisaitl comes back and they start winning games again. It's just he's got all the narrative, and it's just the goalie lobbyists that are still fighting for Hellebuyck, but they are vastly outnumbered by the smart people.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think Hellebuyck has a chance now anymore. Maybe if Draisaitl doesn't come back so hot, and if McKinnon cooled off, but I don't think he has a chance here. Any other long-term futures you're looking at? Any cup odds or conference stuff you put in?
No, not really. Interesting though. I got to mention Kucherov. I mean, we didn't talk about him in the Lightning Sanders game, but he's been phenomenal. Like, he's clicking at the right time. If he played like this earlier in the season, I mean, he's very consistent, but he's been absolutely lethal lately. And yeah, he would definitely have a chance to win this. Like, he might win. I think he is in the favorite. He is the favorite to win the Art Ross now, I think, after
I believe
another 2-assist game. Yeah, so that would have been the bet. Like, when Draisaitl went down, instead of betting McKinnon for the Hart, it should have been Kucherov to win the Art Ross. But who could have thought he had 8 points in 2 games? So yeah, it's phenomenal watching him. Like, I watched a lot of that game against the Islanders yesterday, and yeah, he was absolutely dealing. So love the guy. He's just not going to win anything, unfortunately, other than the Art Ross, of course.
Maybe Kucherov for Conn Smythe. Maybe he's turning on at the right time.
Yes. That's the play. Even though he's Russian, I think that he's just by far the best player on that team. Even though Braden Point typically elevates his game in the playoffs, and Jake Gensel is also, the beneficiary of Kucherov's elite passing. So maybe if Gensel just keeps scoring on Kucherov's passes, then he can win it. But depending on the odds, I haven't looked at Kucherov's odds.
Seeing 30-1 for Kucherov. Vasilevsky also 30-1. He's the one you got to watch out for, I think, for the Lightning.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Kucherov's definitely appealing there at 30-1 for Conn Smythe. But yeah, the only one I'd bet for Conn Smythe is Jordan Binnington at 400-1. We're still waiting for more books to open up so I can bet Eichel, though, because that's gonna be my biggest Conn Smythe bet, no doubt. Yeah, you could find -140 at certain offshores for Draisaitl to win the Hart. Well, maybe not now because the games are going on, but hopefully, who's playing tonight? There's no other real. Well, there's McKinnon, I guess. He's playing tonight. If he goes off,
let me see if it's still live on DraftKings. I think it is. -160 on DraftKings. It is.
Yeah.
Right now. So.
Well, the book I'm looking at is not going to have it because all my books are stupid and they don't offer these odds while the games are going on.
All your books are smart. That's a smart thing to do for the books.
I guess, but they're not taking a lot of money for these things. They just give us something. It's not a high liquid market. So anyway, yeah. What else? Like, Lane Hudson, man. Like, I was all over him at the start of the year, and it fucking wasted so much of that equity betting Celebrini. Now Hudson's just going to win it anyway. So that's been the story of the Calder market for me over the past 4 years or so.
Yeah. Even when you really liked Lane Hudson early on in the year, and like even when you win, you can't win. You're like, oh, Celebrini.
I'm still going to profit, but it would have been so much better if I didn't spend so much money on Celebrini. And whatever. He's a terrific player to watch. The Habs have a really bright future.
Yeah, they really do. They really do. They're probably going to make the playoffs this year, which is in the next 2 or 3 years, whatever the conversation.
It was 4 years. He said 4 years. 4? Yes.
Oh
man, our guy.
All right, I think that's about gonna do it. Maybe we'll have some more futures on Friday. I'll try to find something. If whichever team, I'm kind of looking at the Leafs for the Cup. If they somehow end up winning the Atlantic, they're 16-1 for the Cup, and I feel like whoever wins the Atlantic has such a huge advantage because they'll play the Senators or the Habs in the first round, which may not be great for Toronto, but I don't know. It just seems like Berube can have that team ready to go in the playoffs.
I want to argue against that just based off of the history of the Leafs, but you're right. They are playing a more playoff style, and they do have an easy path that they play the Senators, but the Senators won the last 5 games against the Leafs. And we know, what did we talk about last year? That the teams that have that won the regular season, they typically win in the playoff series in the first 2 rounds. So yeah, even the Senators will be a massive challenge for the Leafs, especially with Brady Tkachuk. He's going to fuck things up for Toronto there. And yeah, we know all about things collapsing in Toronto. Like, there's so much pressure there to win a series. It's unreal. And Mitch Marner's having a crazy year. One of the better players at the Four Nations thing, and he's definitely going to earn a massive payday on his next contract. But yeah, I can't get behind the Leafs at all.
Tavares is red hot right now too, in a contract year. I mean, this is the Leafs like last chance, probably. Last great chance with these 4.
Yeah, the cap going up. Tavares getting older. Morgan Riley getting older. Oh, he sucks now anyway. But yeah, Chris Tanev, he's 35 now. So it's a shortening window now, especially after paying like 2 first-round picks for fucking Lawton and Brandon Carlo. Like, they're definitely shortening their window.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we should be back on Friday night, back to our regularly scheduled programming there. All right. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Martin. You'll find me pouring one out for old Val Kilmer, who died recently. His character, Doc Holliday in Tombstone, is probably my favorite Western character of all time. I really relate with that guy. So a hell of an actor. He excelled in the 90s in particular. Heat as well. Awesome film. Shout out to Val.